Alright, Outlaw Radio Live fans, we are live on the air with a very, very talented young artist that's coming up fast in the music game. His name is Kyd Knarly. How you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. How about you?
I'm doing great, man. In advance, thank you very much for coming up on Outlaw Radio Live, man. You're a very talented individual. I've been enjoying your music, as our listeners have been as well. So thank you very much in advance for providing us with your time.
Oh, no problem, man. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure.
So I have to ask, when did you get your start in the music industry?
Um, Before being signed, I guess I've been doing music since I was 13 or 14. It started off just me freestyling. I was a skater before, so it started off just me freestyling at the skate park, and then it progressed into me actually making full-fledged songs, and now here I am, man, with an album about to come out.
And also, I have to ask, how did you get your start in Hollywood?
Oh, so this story's crazy. It's like I literally woke up one day and my whole life changed, kind of. I have really good friends, you know what I mean, that's always believed me since I started rapping. So a really good friend of mine named Skylar, I'm staying at one of my other friends, Tyron's house. I was living with them, and I woke up one morning and my friend Skylar calls me. He's like, "Hey man, I've been trying to get a hold of you. Really got to come over and talk." Well, Skylar used to live in Cleveland, and he was friends with Busy Bone's son, and through that connection, he had got in contact with August, which is my manager, and so I go over to Skylar's house, and he has August on the phone, and me and August talk for about 15, 20 minutes, and August is kind of giving me an idea of who he is and the things he's done. And me being from Ohio, we're kind of like the crab in the bucket state, man. You know what I mean? We don't really believe things until we see it. So you can tell me you're going to do something for me, and I'll be like, yeah, all right. But you kind of have to show me before, you know what I mean, before I just give into it. But 15 minutes after getting off the phone with August, my phone starts blowing up, and he's just sending me pictures and articles and just stuff that he's done, you know what I mean, like proof of the things that he's telling me. And a couple months after me and him got off the phone, I'm being flown out to Hollywood to meet Ghost Case and to record my album, because he's put together a whole album for me. And that's literally my transition from going to Canton to Hollywood in a nutshell.
So I have to ask, what was it like working with Ghost, man? He's another very talented individual.
Ghost is a special type of genius, man. Like, seriously, because what makes Ghost is such an organic person. Like, I feel like the reason why me and Ghost click is because we were both we're big on vibes and energy, and Ghost is that type of person. He can make you music off of the vibe you give him, and that's so organic to me, and that's such a good trait to have, because when you're a producer and you're making beats for multiple artists, you need to feel how that artist feels to kind of relate to them, to make that beat or that sound specifically fit them. And I feel like Ghost just really excels at that. And man, if you don't like one beat by him, if you didn't like the first beat he made you, within the next beat or so, he's going to pretty much master who you are as an artist, because he's got that feel for you. Once he gets that feel for you, the man can just make you hit after hit. So Ghost is just like, he's a special type of talent. And not even just on the producing side, but like constructing of records. If you need, like if you're in the studio and you're recording and you ask for an honest opinion about something, I mean, he's going to give you his honest opinion, and he's going to tell you what could be changed or what he thinks was really good about it. And the man is, like I said, he's all organic. All organic.
And also, speaking of another huge accomplishment coming from you, as of December 9th, you were at number 34 of the New Zealand's top 40 music charts. How does it feel being number 4 out of the top 40?
Man, I guess the first feeling I would have said, like, overwhelming. It felt amazing, but overwhelming at the same time. In my head, it's like number 30. That's huge, you know what I mean? So it's like a lot of energy. I felt a lot of energy. All good energy, but it was just kind of cool to know that many people in the world are tuning in and listening to it. So overwhelming was the first thing. Excited, eager, you know what I mean? There's so many more. It was mixed emotions, man. It was really mixed emotions, but overwhelming for sure. The only reason why I say overwhelming is because, like, that's 34. It's huge. second single, man, and I was just overwhelming and excited for sure.
I can honestly say, man, if you're at number 34 with your second single, give it maybe 2 more singles. I can see you down at 1, man. You're, like I said, I really like your music, man. One of a kind, but very great, man. So I can see you being at number 1 at No 10.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Man.
So also in November, you were featured on the Spotlight Over the City. Could you tell us a little bit more about that and how that came to be?
To be honest, I'm not really sure how I got landed the interview on Spotlight Over the City. What I will say is that Spotlight Over the City, they were great hosts. They were great interview. I loved getting an interview by them. They were really nice people. As far as like how I actually got it, that's also just great management. That's all to my team. You know what I mean? That's all to August setting up the interviews. So however he landed that, I have no idea, but that's what happens when you have a great team around you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But as far as like Spotlight Over the City, I loved their interview. They did a great job.
And also, you are part owner of Nothing in My Way clothing line. Can you tell us a little bit more about that, and where can our listeners purchase some of that clothing?
If you want to purchase Nothing in My Way, you can check out 9my.com. That has all of our clothing up there. Everything I'm going to be launching jumpsuits too for the season. But as far as how 9my started, I don't know the origin of how 9my started, but it was founded by one of my friends named Mar, and I believe around 2004 or 2002. So this man's been doing this for a good 16 years or 17 years, something crazy like that. So he actually started 9my. I got linked up with Mar yet again through a friend of mine named Skylar again. So when I had first met Mar, it was nothing really about me becoming a part owner of 9my. It was more or less just he was a really big supporter, and he felt that his slogan could fit what I'm trying to do coming from the place that we're coming from. Canton, Ohio, it's very rare for an artist to be doing the things that I'm doing. Besides like trippy and stuff, but it's very rare for people to come out of Ohio. So we were talking, and we just developed a friendship first. And then he started just giving me shirts. And I put the shirts on. I wore them a lot when I was doing my album. I just really loved what the slogan meant. Like, I loved what the brand stood for. And so me and Mark got to talking one day, and he asked me, like, would you want to help with the company and stuff? He said, bro, I appreciate everything you're doing for me, helping, like, wearing the clothing, getting the name out there. He said, I actually want to give you a part of the company. So me and him talked, and we got everything written up, and that's what we decided to do. He wanted me to be a 50-50% partner with him on 9my, so that's what I did. And that's one of the best. That was one of this, just to be so young and to have something of your own that I get to kind of raise as like a baby. I know it might sound crazy, but it's truly a blessing. And it's all yet again thanks to the great people that I have surrounded by me, just really good friends that truly want the best interest for me. And really none of this would be possible without none of them, you know, and great management.
So, and I also have to ask, could you tell us your thoughts about Juice WRLD and the drug issues going on in the music industry?
My thoughts about that. I can honestly say this. Me personally, if it's not anything natural at this point, I highly encourage artists to no longer take that. And I'm not the one to throw stones at glass houses, you know. I've had my own little addiction problems. I will never be the first one to, like I said, to throw stones at glass houses. So for whatever reason, I felt that Juice WRLD might have done that. He might have been going through pain that we might not understand, you know, but as a fellow artist, all I can do is encourage artists to no longer take that. If you smoke your weed, smoke your weed. If you like mushrooms even, you know what I mean? They're natural. They're psilocybin, go for it. But as far as these big farm drugs, man, like these Percocets, the lean sipping, like I'm done completely. I'm done with it. If it's not, like I said, if it's not weed or something natural, I don't even want it. And the fact that we lost Juice, that hurt me a lot. You know, that was one of my biggest inspirations. I got in tune with Juice when I was in Atlanta from a friend of mine named Mike. I think the first time I heard Lucid Dreams, it had less than like 3,000 views. I was one of the first people to comment on it. So From the moment that I heard that, man, I said this dude is gonna be a problem. And I felt like I could relate to him because we had kind of like similar styles. And yeah, just the fact that we lost Juice, that it seriously hurts. But raise awareness, like put it down, but just put the drugs down. Just smoke your weed, man. That's all I really want to say about that part.
Like, personally, me, I've never had a chance to actually sit down and listen to Juice WRLD's music. I'm kind of like 20 years back with the old school rap. But when I heard he passed away, man, you know, it kind of hurt me as well, you know, because he was such a young guy. He was like 19 years old, man, and he passed away. And personally, it's sad to me because I got a really big heart. And 19, you didn't really get a chance to see your dreams. You did concerts, sold out shows, but 19, man, you know, it's sad.
Yeah.
So I gotta say, you know, rest in peace to Juice WRLD, most definitely.
Right, R.I.P. a legend to me, man. That man's definitely a legend. He was on his way to becoming an icon, and in my eyes, he was already an icon. But the dude was definitely a one. I want to say maybe we're like maybe I won't even say a once in a generation talent, man. Seriously, and that might be big shoes for somebody to fill, but I'm telling you, Juice WRLD could fill him. Man was versatile. I didn't see any ceiling that Juice WRLD couldn't stop at when it came to the type of content he could create, because he was just showing us how he's going to keep changing hip hop, and that's what really makes a phenomenal artist to my eyes. Seriously, and he was doing that. He was changing hip hop. He added another genre to hip hop. That's insane. There was no emo sad rap really. X and Juice did that, and Peep, you know. So rest in peace to legends.
Most definitely, rest in peace. So your single, Enough to Drink, what is the inspiration behind that track, and how does it feel knowing that single got 100,000 streams on Spotify?
Alright, so to answer the question in order, inspiration-wise, for Enough to Drink, I'm a huge fan of multiple genres of music, so I think for about a week straight before I wrote that record, I was watching American Pie. American Pie plays like Blink-182 in the background, and they had played one of my favorite Blink-182 songs, which is the "Don't Waste Your Time on Me, You're Already a Voice Inside My Head." So when they played that, I don't know, I was just like kind of in like my little rock mood. So I had opened up my beats from Ghost, and I heard the Enough to Drink beat, and I literally, like, that hook was probably written in like 2 minutes. You know what I mean? I played the beat. It's what came to my head. My girlfriend looked at me and she was like, "Babe, keep that. That was fire." And I said, "Okay." I trust your instincts, babe. So I wrote the hook, and throughout a day or two, I wrote the verses. I didn't feel like I was in a rush, but definitely Blink-182 inspired. Not even a question. And then, what was the second part of the question? I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, it's all good.
Oh, how does it feel to have 100,000 streams? That's what it was. I'm sorry.
It's all good, man.
And that part, to me, also felt, yet again, I was excited and overwhelming, you know, because like when you think of 100,000 streams, like, that's a lot of ears listening to you. When you come from just having a couple thousand or a couple 50K or you know what I mean, just on Facebook, and then you put singles on Spotify, and this is your first single, and you find out you have 100,000 like views or streams. That's like why I say overwhelming again, is because you just start to imagine all the energy, how those people felt listening to your music. You want to, of course, always do your best. You want everybody to like your music, even though I realistically know not everybody is going to like your music. That's just how it goes, you know. But to feel all that energy, it was overwhelming. But at the same time, I was so excited and blessed that it was happening. But I loved it. I loved that feeling.
And when you brought up the Blink-182 feeling, when I actually first heard Enough to Drink, that was actually my first thought. I'm like, it totally sounds like a 1999 like vibe feel to it, man. Like, it's actually I thought I was wrong at first when I heard it. I'm just like, nah, I'm just tripping. You know what I mean?
Nah, man, you definitely not tripping. If you go listen to the hook, like, I do some little cool like underlays that Blink, like, you know how like when Blink-182 would always like, they would say one section and like repeat it in like a really cool like melody, like, but it would be playing like faint in the background. Like, man, all of that was definitely Blink-182 inspired for sure. You were not tripping.
Also, your newest single, "Want Me Around," dropped on Black Friday, so not too long ago. What was the inspiration behind that track, and where can our listeners buy it?
Want Me Around, man, Want Me Around. Yet again, that was something I played the beat and that funky little guitar riff, that nil nil nil. I don't know. To me, that was like I was thinking like go big on this record, like my Drake. I wanted to give my I wanted to manifest everything that I'm saying in that song is gonna happen in my eyes one day. You know what I mean? And that's me manifesting. That's me speaking that energy into the world. And I wanted the world to know that. You know, so that's really the inspiration that came behind it. The inspiration on that one was just myself empowerment. Like I've been through things. These are the things that have made me who I am, and be proud of that and wear that on your arm. You know what I mean? Wear it on your sleeve. Don't try to hide it, because at the end of the day, that's what made me who I am, and I'm very proud of the person I'm becoming. So that's really where the inspiration to Want Me Around came from. And then what was the second part of the question again? I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all good. I was just gonna ask, like, where can our listeners buy it?
You can buy Want Me Around on all major platforms: iTunes, Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, anywhere you can listen to Want Me Around. YouTube, everywhere you can stream it. All major platforms.
I also gotta ask, what's next for you? What is next for Kyd Knarly?
Next for Kyd Knarly, I guess for me, the next thing I would like to do is definitely get more content out for you guys. I am working on a mixtape. That's coming before the album. This mixtape is kind of like just me having fun, me expressing myself. It's gonna be like, really, with this mixtape, I wanted to one of my favorite mixtapes were No Ceilings by Lil Wayne. Just by the amount of fun Lil Wayne had, and just the bars that he presented us with the fun behind the tracks. So that's really the vibe that I'm shooting for. It's ridiculous. So we're gonna do a couple remixes, and we're going to do a couple originals on there. It's just gonna be a really fun project. You know what I mean? I just get to be myself, have fun on the tracks, and do some cool beats. That's the next thing. And then after that, got a music video next month coming, with a new single coming out on the 17th of January called Cinderella. So stay tuned for that. And then from there, I'm not sure what we're going to be releasing off the album, if we're going to be releasing any more stuff, but definitely a lot of new content coming, a lot. So mixtape and new single from the album, hopefully within the next month or two for sure.
So, Kyd Knarly, this is the time in the interview that I give the individual that comes on my show a chance to give shoutouts to whomever they want to give shoutouts to, and also their social media handles. That way, our listeners can follow you if they're not already doing that.
Okay. Well, first of all, if you want to follow Kyd Knarly, you can follow me on all social media platforms at Kyd Knarly, spelled Kyd space Knarly, Knarly. And also, I would love, first thing first, I want to give a shout out to God. Without him, none of this would even be possible. Those are my blessings. So, second thing, I just want to thank all my whole team, my label, management, my manager August, because he kills stuff. He sets everything up for me. That's the man right there. And then also, I want to give a shout out to the circle that keep me moving here at home. My brother Tyron, my baby, my girlfriend Javon, my stepson Kavion, both of my daughters, my mother, my sister, and all my brothers, my brother CJ, my dude Skyler. Shout out to you guys. I love you guys, and thank you so much for believing in me. Seriously, those are the guys that keep me going. So
I want to say, Kyd, thank you so much for coming up on Outlaw Radio Live and providing us with your time. I'm looking forward to hearing your newest mixtape and your newest work, man. Anytime you want to come back on the show to help promote those projects, just give August a holler, and we'll most definitely set it up.
For sure, man. Thank you so much for having me, man. Seriously.
You are most certainly welcome, man. The pleasure's all mine. You have yourself a wonderful day, and enjoy what's left of the weekend.
Yep, you too, dude.
Bye-bye.